Hello everyone, I'm Indira Sharma from loosenyourmind.com, where you'll be finding posts and blogs related to mental health. So in this my first video, I am going to talk about not so commonly or frankly spoken topic, that is mental health. So look, school principal talking about mental health, mental issues, toughness, seems quite relatable, right? But for sure, you need not be a psychiatrist or you need not be a psychologist or anyone for that matter can speak on this topic. If you feel so, if you feel that you are suffering from some kind of illness, you can definitely speak on it, right? But if you think you have a knowledge to share so that someone can gain through it, you can definitely speak on it. So now in today's scenario, mental health has become the need of an hour. So everyone nowadays, they are talking about mental health, being healthy, all sorts we can hear. But do we really know what is mental health? So in simple terms, mental health is basically what we think, what we feel, and how we behave in normal society, normal scenario you can say. Right? So how we deal with our daily stress we have in our life, how we cope up with every kind of situation that comes through our way. So that is mental health basically. Right? So it has got two aspects now. One being mental well-being and the other being mental illness. So let me divide that also. Let me explain that also. Mental well-being means when your mind is healthy, right? You are not suffering from any kind of disease mentally, right? So when you are able to function your life properly by a good way of thinking, by a good way of interacting, or by a good way of coming close to or sharing to people, feeling good about everything, right? But on the other hand, what is mental illness now? Mental illness, like for any kind of illness we have, whether it be a headache, whether it be a knee pain, a stomach ache, whether it be a diabetes, right? For any sort of illness like that, mental illness is also one kind of illness. So in mental illness, we have many kind of diseases, like we have anxiety disorders, we have depression, we have bipolar disorders, right? We have stress, right? So these all are related to mind. So these, when we suffer from any of this kind of disease, then we are suffering from one kind of mental illness. But what happens is that we tend to not discuss about it. For example, we tend to discuss easily. We tend to tell our parents, or for example mother, friends, anyone for that matter, that I am suffering from headache. I don't want to go to school, or maybe I don't want to go to office. I am suffering from headache, or I am having a stomach ache. I am not able to manage my stress. So how do I deal with it? Do we share like that? I am not feeling good for, like, it's been a month or a week. I'm not feeling good. I'm not able to feel happy from within. I'm feeling sad continuously. I'm having a mood swings. Right? So are we able to tell that to our friends? Are we able to discuss that with our family? Right? We don't feel like discussing all these things. We don't feel happy, or we don't feel good about discussing all these things to our family or friends or anyone. Why is that? Right? Why is that happening? Because that is the thing which needs to be discussed and needs to be sorted out. For a headache, we can take one pill, right? We may feel better, but what about the stress we are dealing with? Is there any kind of pill that we just pop inside our mouth and then we'll feel better the next moment? We don't have, right? So for that, how do we deal with that then? We need to speak out, right? We need to share it with someone so that maybe the other person can come out for our rescue or for our help. But we just lack in sharing. We just put a fake smile, right? We just pretend to be happy in front of everyone. And then we just move along the way without realizing that how much inside we are keeping it and how much stressed we are inside. That is when we feel as a human being, right? So that is somewhere we are cheating on ourselves. So let's stop cheating on ourselves and let's not pretend basically to be happy every time. It's okay to be sad sometimes. It's okay to cry in front of everyone, sharing them that I'm feeling depressed, I'm feeling not good about myself, I'm not liking what I'm doing. It's okay to share. Till the time we don't share, it is not getting to be okay for any one of us, or for particular that person for in particular. So let's break that taboo of not sharing and keeping it to ourselves. I've come up with few points. Maybe these are the points where we don't share things to others, right? So firstly, obviously it can be because of the society where we live in, right? We don't live in a great society, right? Where people will understand everything. There are judgmental people everywhere. Everywhere we go, we find people judging every other time. Whatever we do, whatever we don't do, people are judging us. So with the fear of that judgment, that what will people think about if I tell them this? And that is the time when we stop sharing, or when we stop showing them the sad face or the crying face. Right? So that is first and foremost fear we have. Secondly, maybe we are not knowing it, right? Unknowingly, maybe something is going inside us and we are not aware of it. Why we are not aware of it? Because of lack of knowledge again. If we don't know what is happening with us, if you are feeling sad continuously, and for example, people who are not educated, let's consider them. They are feeling, maybe it's equally, they also feel depressed. They also have mood swings, right? Or maybe related to financial problem or any problem in that sort. So they will be feeling anxiety disorders. They will be having mood swings. They will be feeling sad every time. But will they know what's happening to them? They'll not be knowing, right? So that is basically due to lack of knowledge. We don't have enough knowledge about it. As always, we know that school, we don't teach all these things. Yes, our curriculum has been based on all the haywire apart from the main things. Yes, so in school, mental health is hardly taught and not taught at all almost. Right? So we don't get the knowledge also. And due to lack of knowledge, we are not aware of what is happening inside us. And thirdly, and most importantly, we are aware of it. We know that something is getting inside our mind. We know it's happening to us. We know we are not happy. We know that we are not able to cope up with the situation. We know we are stressed out. But are we ready to accept that? We are not ready to accept that. How can I face such problem? It cannot be with me. You are ready to think about others, that others can face. But when it comes to you, you are not ready to accept your problems, right? So that is the time when you give any kind of excuses like, I'm so much knowledgeable, right? I'm an engineer, I'm a teacher, I'm a doctor, or I'm any other profession you consider, right? How can this happen to me? No, it cannot happen to me. That's just an excuse you give to yourself. Although you are aware of it, still you give an excuse to yourself and not knowing what it may lead to, right? We are not aware completely what it may lead to at the end, right? So these are all the things which keep us away from sharing it to others. Somewhere we don't feel comfortable, and normally in Indian society we consider we don't feel that comfortable sharing. Maybe in Western countries they feel it easy. They share it with their parents, or maybe they visit a doctor, right? But do we think of visiting a psychiatrist if there's some problem with us? We never consider it, right? Do we consider visiting a psychologist in that matter? No. We don't think also of visiting them. We fear visiting them, that maybe they'll tell us something and maybe we'll be under medication for some time for no reason. So we fear the thought of that, literally. So that is why it's stopping us from sharing and being frank, being speaking to everyone around us. So in the society we live in, we are really not comfortable of sharing everything to our parents or maybe friends for that, right? So for example, if we are facing any kind of relationship problem and that's really taking toll of our lives, that's really stressing us, are we comfortable to tell our parents? No, we are not comfortable, right? So neither we are ready to tell our friends, because we think that what will they think about me, right? So that comes in our mind automatically, that comes in our mind, that and we don't feel comfortable to share anything with anyone, and that's when it's burdened up. Maybe if I share it to my parents and they'll be stressed out, so why to give them stress? Better I will bear all the stress, we think that way. But always sharing all those things, whatever is inside your mind, whatever you are feeling, the feelings which you have, which is bothering you so much, if you share, then it tends to reduce. So we, Loosen Your Mind team, are here to extend a helping hand for those people who are not comfortable in sharing it with their friends and families, whatever they are going through inside, and still feel the urge of speaking it out, letting out everything. So what you need to do is that you simply go to our website www.loosenyourmind.com, and there you can leave a message to us. If you want a call back from us, you can just type in a message that please call me back, leaving your number and name. If you don't want to reveal your identity, then you can just put one name, so that whenever we get in touch with you, we can address you with something. Or you can just put your real name and number, and the number which you'll be entering will be kept in mind with utmost privacy. It will not be disclosed to anyone apart from our team members. That is how you can get in touch with us. Otherwise, you can write down an email, that is again loosenyourmind@gmail.com. You can just write down everything and send it to us. We will reply to that mail also. But at least let's start breaking the boundaries and let's share it. Let's break all those bounds, whatever we have inside. I myself have seen my family members battling mental illness, whether it be bipolar disorders, whether it be depression, and they are under medication for more than a decade now. And sometimes I tend to be a victim of anxiety disorders. Who better than to speak to such person who have seen all these things so closely? So with this, I hope that anyone who's suffering such illness, anyone who's feeling the need or the urge to speak to someone, can give us a call, leave us a message or email us, so that we can get in touch with you. If not, we can find solution. We can go to the experts to find the solution together. So this is my video for today. So in my next video, I will discuss about how you are going to identify if you are going through any kind of mental illness, and how you can tackle it by yourself from the very beginning. Till then, subscribe to my channel Loosen Your Mind and hit the bell icon to get the regular updates of whenever I upload the video. And make sure you share the video to everyone, because you don't know that who may be needing this kind of help. It's not necessary you need to like the video, but make sure it reaches to everyone, so that you will be of some sort of help to anyone maybe you will not be knowing also. So thank you so much.